Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. We're gonna be okay. Well, spells it out for us very nicely. Final chapter. Looks like this will be the last one. After the previous one, I was thinking, I'm not gonna be surprised if this is the very last chapter. One was Yomiel's death. It was 10 years ago when the Temzik meteorite fell. Right, because we went back in time, and this is like the furthest we've traveled. We traveled back through time, and now we're here at the scene of that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. I was having a thought earlier. I was thinking, let me pause for just 1 second. I was wondering if it's possible that Lynn... I mean, it feels weird to say that it was her doing it because she was manipulated, but if someone else died when Lynn was manipulated into firing, I guess I could just say it was Yomiel, when Yomiel fired the gun, because the first shot missed, and it almost felt like they made a deal of pointing that out. The first shot did not hit Yomiel, so I'm wondering, did it hit someone else, and is that who we've been playing as? I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Here we are. Okay, that's Lynn. She's playing in the park. She's got loud headphones on. It's ready. She seems to have the headphones in common with Camilla. There they are. Fired a warning shot. Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? And he grabs the kid. Now just calm down and drop that weapon. Stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. You don't even have the gun aimed at her. A cat? Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo! You might get hurt. And there's the meteorite. So, if we're meant to stop this, how? Okay, it broke that before hitting him, and then he died. And of course, he falls in the same comedic position. You're alright now. Are you hurt?
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. He sure got the green coat for it. So that's the Temzik meteorite, eh? It's beautiful, looking at it from this angle. Changed all of our fates completely. And the fates are about to change again, assuming I can do my job right. We can't stop Temzik from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. Well, then things would still be changed because, he wouldn't have the meteorite in him. Then maybe he still would have died near one, and that still would have given him ghost powers. So yeah, it's tricky. By the way, I rolled out of bed no more than 10 minutes before beginning this recording, and I could be making a fatal mistake by not having a cup of water nearby. So we're just gonna see how that goes. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. I mean, he's been a walking corpse for 10 years anyway. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. Sorry, got distracted by something. There's birds outside and they're very loud. If my fate is to die here, then I can accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started. I forgot you were here, Missile. I keep forgetting Missle's here because he just doesn't say anything during the discussions until it's time to do something, and then he's like, oh, let's go. Okay. Let's see what we got. Now, how are we gonna save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything. When her sweet potato is almost ready, she's not gonna budge from that spot. But, you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park, listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have?
Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break.
Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, then we'll just have to have the fragment move instead. Okay, okay, well... Wait, have the fragment move? How's that supposed to work? It's ready. And then they run in, he fires a shot. He grabs her. And there's a cat? What's the significance of the cat? Is the cat important? I can examine the sweet potato. What in the world is this thing? Oh boy, you even forgot what a sweet potato is. It's a roasted root vegetable. It's good. There's nothing like them on a cold winter's day.
They're sweet and they smell delicious.
These guys sure are making me want to try one. Well, maybe you will. I could turn up the headphones, but I mean, that's the only thing I can do right now. Oh, it startled her.
What are you doing? You're going to hurt poor Miss Lynn's ears.
Sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. Made her drop her sweet potato. Surprised she didn't drop it after being grabbed to be held hostage. I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, it's changed, albeit ever so slightly. Now we don't have to start completely from scratch. I believe that's Missile.
Oh, poor Miss Lynn.
I'm so sorry.
If you're so sorry, then put her down.
Alright now, Missile. I was really out of my head that day. I was going through a hard time, and, you know, I'm sure you understand it made me take a child hostage. Well, we can talk about all of this later. The Temsic meteorite is going to fall very soon. Before that happens, I have to think of a way to do something about that fragment.
And I'll do everything I can to help too.
Okay, so Sissel is stuck here. What can Missile do? Nozzle. Okay, so maybe this will... Okay, I can rock the basket. That put an egg there. Okay, well, I hurry up now. Oh, it was another sweet potato. Okay, I thought it was an egg. I thought it was like a basket of Easter eggs. I can spray the nozzle. Okay, and that put the sweet potato there.
Oh, look at that sweet potato. That big, scary sweet potato.
That's not a sweet potato, Missile, that's Mino.
Oh, right, of course.
Not a very bright one, are you?
But look at them, the potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape.
So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Missile.
Okay, here I go, and I'm gonna need your help.
My help? What am I gonna do? I can't move from here. He's... Neither of them can go... They can't go anywhere else. Man, you do not have a whole lot of time. Missile can't reach. What if I spray again? I don't know, I'm grasping at straws here. I already rocked the basket. Is that gonna do anything else? No. Okay. Well, that's not good. What am I supposed to do? He literally cannot reach that. And Sissel can't do anything because he's stuck there. with, can I don't know, swap the nozzles? But that would be, no, because you can't reach. What the hell? He's like, oh yeah, I can swap the sweet potato and Mino, but I literally can't go there. He's not reaching far enough. So I don't need your help. But there's nothing Sissel could do. I don't understand.
It's about time for that meteorite to come down.
Uh-oh. I have to change the fragment's path somehow. Looks like both paths and fates can be difficult things to change. There has to be a way.
If we work together, you and me, I thought we'd be able to do something.
Thought? That's funny. I wonder why he's using the past tense. I mean, there's nothing. There's literally nothing I could do there. Where'd the cat go? The cat just disappeared. I doubt we can move those two from that spot. Which means we have to do something with the Temzik fragment instead.
That should be easy with our powers.
I think you're right, Missile. This is going to be the grand finale. Okay. I guess after Fate Change, because from beginning there's very, very little you can do, and it would just end up putting me back in the same spot anyway. What if I turn it up again?
Please don't do that.
I just thought maybe it would wake her up. Even if you did wake her up, what good would that do at the moment?
You're the one who needs to wake up, Sissel.
This little doggy says some pretty smart things sometimes. I'm not asleep, though. I'm just dead. Okay. I'm just gonna get stuck in the exact same spot again. I don't understand. What if I spray it first? Yeah, nothing. Whoop-de-doo. Who's surprised? Certainly not me. And we have 3 seconds left again. And I can... What if I put Missile on the sweet potato first? Oh. That's some pretty spirited water there. That's what's known as a fountain.
With that much force, I would have could lift me right up into the air.
Lift you into the air, huh? He's right. Just might be able to lift something if it was small enough. Like that thing that just went floating by, for example? Okay, I see. So he does need to be on the sweet potato, and it needs to actually be in the right... Be within the path of the spray nozzle to be launched. So let's go after Fate Change. There's gonna be some pretty quick maneuvering here. That'll be fine. Okay. Stop immediately. And get Missile. Put Missile over here. Rock the basket. Get Missile onto... No. Onto the sweet potato. And then... And that... Whoops, sorry, hit the microphone. That didn't help. That does not get me nearly enough air to swap with Mino. Okay, there's nothing else I can do there. I feel like it's like it's deceptive, because it seems so simple, but it's really not. Need to rock this goddamn basket again. Knock the sweet potato out. Get Missile onto the sweet potato. Back to Sissel. Going to the spray nozzle. Spray. Swap to missile. That gets us up here. But what good does that do us? Okay, that's close. And it's not enough. It's not enough. And now missile is like stuck here. I don't understand. I really don't. I don't get it. That didn't change, and it didn't enable me to reach anything. I'm very confused. I can try it again, but I truly don't get it. Yeah, I know we can move the two from the spot. It's not easy. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know what to do. I feel like fucking Sisyphus pushing that rock. I'm doing the same thing over and over again and nothing is changing, but I can't do anything else. Like, there's quite literally nothing else I can do. Like that, it doesn't give you enough air to reach Mino. I think. Unless I have to retry again. Because admittedly, I didn't actually jump to missile that time. But the window is so small. How am I supposed to get it right? If it's possible. I'm about to get very frustrated. If I have to look up the answer, I will, but I wouldn't be happy about it. No, just stay on the sweet potato. Yeah, it's not... Hang on. I think... Okay. I think I see the solution. It's gonna require some finagling. Which I think is a word. And I think I used it correctly. But I'm really not certain. Missile, get out of here. Get out of the way, boy. Okay. I don't put missile on the sweet potato and launch. I put sissile on it. And I'm gonna get missile out of the way in advance because he can move further. Whoops. Here we go. There we go. Because now I can put sissile here. And missile here, and here. Here we go. I think this is it. And we swap to missile. There. Now we can swap that. Let's see what that does. That was quite a sight to see. Looks like this park just got a new feature.
But neither one of them even glanced this way.
Guess that's not surprising, seeing as even a meteorite didn't distract them. It hit one of them in the back. Hey, it was a desperate situation. Kill or be killed. And Yomiel is killed right after this by the meteorite. Well, now that the park has a new feature, can we use it to our advantage in any way? You know, I'm gonna be real, I don't know. It's no use. I can't get any water to come out.
Well, we can see why not.
Yeah, the overwhelming presence of Mino there. Only I could use it to our advantage somehow.
How?
Sissel can't go that high. Sissel is literally stuck here. The only one who can move is Missile. There's the sweet potato. Don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. And Missile can't reach these other things. A roasted sweet potato, headphones. Do I... Because Missile can only... From here, Missile can only move to things that he cannot swap, and Sissel cannot move at all. Like, he can't even reach Missile right now. So... I wonder if maybe... Sorry. I mean, let's see. I don't think this is going to change anything, but I wonder if I can swap it with the lights up there as it's falling, because I can actually reach between them when it's still in the air. I wonder if maybe I messed up by unfreezing. Meteorite hits. Yeah. Because it breaks that, but if Mino's in the way, then it probably won't hit him. So I think I see what I need. Again, gonna require some more finagling, but let's see. I shouldn't be doing a puzzle game before having breakfast or drinking any water. That's a bad idea. But here I am. Let's get Missile over here, because he's not needed for this exact moment. Rock that. Get into the nozzle. Get onto the sweet potato. Go up. Get you there. Put Missile on the sweet potato. Switch back to Sissel. Spray. Go to Missile. Swap. And swap. There we go. Oh, look! The lamppost is bending.
But it hasn't broken yet.
It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. I just might hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temsec fragment smashed through the glass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change. Yeah, I'm a bit worried the meteorite might, like... I don't know, smash into him? Or not smash into him, but like knock Mino off, and then it just crushes him. And it would also crush Lyn too, so that obviously wouldn't be ideal. Okay, well, can Sissel do anything with this? Nope. Okay. Well, let's see. Because that is that is still in a very precarious position.
It's about time for that meteorite to come down.
Don't worry, Missile. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the fragment's path.
Oh, okay. That giant sweet potato.
It's Mino. We already told you this.
If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can.
Ouch. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. Yeah, but will Mino... Is it just gonna fall on him? It would change fate. Don't know if it's a change of fate that we want. There. How's that?
Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little.
Youmio's fate should really change. A minute. Take another look at the fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path? No! And it hit Jowd in the crotch. Or the leg. Detective Jowd! The Temsec fragment shot through his leg. What? But the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. Come on, put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him. I don't know if it's his detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. Put the gun down! I knew it. This is my true fate. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands.
I won't let that happen.
Missile! The bullet is stopped in midair.
I'm here, inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something.
What? With what? Detective Jowd, the meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. We won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. Must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here. Well, it's not the headphones. Maybe... Okay, yeah, sweet potato. Have a vegetable to the face. Oh, no. We stopped the bullet, but we still couldn't save him. Not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. Dead, I'm just unconscious. Okay, so your fate of death has changed, but still, this fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. But we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning. Oh, no. Look out! Wake up! You gotta get out of there! Damn it, my leg won't work.
It's all over. We're out of time. Miss Lynn!
It's not over yet.
But there isn't anything else to swap with.
Why don't we just let it play out and then try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse, and then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain, like a scar on her psyche. I won't let that happen, not if I can help it.
But what can we do now? Even if we work together?
I think there might be something that can be done.
What is it? What consists when I do?
Don't forget, I'm here too. 3 kinds of powers among us. We ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. Yomiel. So your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. Alright. Try to move there. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you only have a split second. Okay, now do it. Got it? Now it's your turn, Missile.
What? Me? But what can I do?
I think you know the answer to that.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, Missile can swap these. You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position.
But even if I swap them, it'll still be right above Miss Lynn.
Well, it's better that she gets hit by a glass lantern than a giant fucking rock. You do understand that, right? The glass lantern will do far less damage than a giant fucking rock. So we're just gonna have to roll with it, buddy. Don't worry.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them.
Alright, bud. Let me swap. And it's still falling.
It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Mino.
What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or 2 helped. Oh, it helped alright. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. Him. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean... That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Oh. Ye gods. But he still dies anyway. Ah, you're awake.
Hey, mister, is your knee okay?
Well, it'll probably be fine. He only just got pierced through the leg by a meteorite. Oh. Huh? Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt.
You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you could go call the police for me? I think you could do it quicker than I could, seeing as my leg got pierced by a meteorite fragment.
But... What's that?
This is a detective's badge. We give them to children who have been very brave.
A detective's badge?
Oh.
Thanks.
Okay, you know what to do, little detective? Oh, man. Are you alive? Yeah, sadly. I thought he was dead. Instead, his legs just got crushed. Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing? To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if somebody else was controlling me. It was you from the future who had a redemption arc. I see. But, you know, I'm glad it happened. Oh, a cat.
Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there.
Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny. It doesn't look like it's injured or anything.
Poor little kitty.
How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? How is the cat important? Because we'd heard no mention of a cat up until this point. Well, looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Sissel's. Sissel? The name Sissel echoes in my head. That's my real name. Are we the cat? These long, lonely 10 years, you were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? We were the cat? Old friend? We've been a fucking cat the whole time? I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. So that's that. Well, that answers my question of how is the cat significant. We've been the cat literally the whole time. Somebody please look at me. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Chew, you might get hurt. Okay, and the cat went over to Yomiel. Somebody please reach a hand out to me. I had just only died at the time. I'd lost everything, my life, my memory. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. Next thing I knew, my soul had transferred to the Black Kitten. With no recollection of who I was, I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see. Just one more time. That was the cat. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. But I was just a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left me a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yomiel." Oh. Is that someone he knew? The man named me Sissel. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man, and there was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. First, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened, and I started to get a little twisted. A little? You did murder a man's wife. You did commit a crime. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. She shot the cat, didn't she? Or not she, again, because it was Yomiel manipulating her. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light. Or at least that's what I tried to believe. Yeah, the first shot missed, and I was right, wasn't I? It did kill someone else. The first shot hit Sissel, the cat. I left my old self buried in that junkyard and walked away. Oh, Now I remember. Didn't we see the cat at the very beginning of the game? Or am I just planting that memory in my mind now? The black cat. I was possessing Sissel then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. So then how did Sissel end up dying? Also, I wasn't right. The first shot didn't, carry it. It didn't hit anyone. Sissel was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Sissel, there inside the bag, was dead. Did it? I thought it... Okay. So I thought I was right, and then I was like, no, I was wrong, but now I'm like, okay, I was right again. It did hit the bag. I thought it... Okay, because I thought I'd seen it go off screen, and that was why I was like, okay, that must be wrong, because the cat was in the bag, but now I'm thinking it probably went through the bag instead. I wasn't able to control it completely. First bullet didn't hit anything. Or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? It hit Sissel inside that bag. Yes, that's when I lost my life. Right there in the presence of Temsic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost tricks. I think I understand it now. Why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It's because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean... I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé stay dead like that.
But you're here 10 years in the past now.
That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Sissel's fate, and I can just bet you the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right.
So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh?
So, Yomiel, looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. I think he found something more important, and that was the friends he made along the way. Yes, and I'm glad, too. Why is it green? I think I kind of understand now. What you've been feeling these 10 years. Oh, it was Lynn. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's when my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness.
Well, I guess it's time we got back. I knew 10 years later was just porn.
Right. We should get back to our new present.
I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again. So these past 10 years will now all vanish.
Well, not completely. Memories of all of us here will remain, including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Sissel.
Yes?
When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It will be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry.
That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yomiel?
Thank you, Sissel. I'm so very glad I met you.
Me too, Yomiel. Sissel? Are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we weren't.
Don't worry, Missile. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait until then.
Sissel, I'll never forget you.
I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. I'm about to cry. I'm tearing up. Well, it looks like you come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat.
Home, huh?
That sounds good, Detective Jowd.
We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're going back to our own new present. Man, just everything changes like that. We said goodbye to the parts of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again.
Here we go. Wait. Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. Right, Ray. Before I cease to exist.
Oh, it's you.
Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you have forgotten again. Well, you haven't shown up in, I don't know, at least 10 chapters? You've been absent for, like, more than half of the game, so. Next to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I'm really grateful to you, Sissel, thank you.
But don't forget, I was only on a journey to find my own lost memory.
Yes, I know that. I know all about you.
Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know, who exactly are you?
Fair enough. I will tell you. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. Another version? You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. Lynn. And then Lynn again. And also Lynn again. And Lynn, like, a few other times. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Well, things would have been bad. Let me tell you a story. Story of a little creature. After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. Killed the dog. I saved the dog. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process... killed both of them, jeez. 2 little dead bodies were left behind. However, the little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw towards his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that! The powers of the dead, but how? Oh, because he died close enough to Yomiel, maybe? He didn't really understand it himself. Not yet, anyway. But with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not?
Hey, wait a minute.
Yep, yeah, he was close enough to Yomiel. That's right. He died inside the aura of that strange energy. But unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects.
He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady.
The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then... he went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death.
What?
So this would have happened if Sissel did not save Lynn at the junkyard. Although Lynn dying wasn't part of Yomiel's plan. He didn't intend for that to happen. He was just going to frame her for murder. He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. That's the other version of the story of this night. Story that has taken these 10 years to be retold.
So that was you, huh?
It's an old missile. Frey was Missile? The entire time? That's right. I'm Missile. 10 years is a very long time in dog years.
You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own, so you decided to wait those 10 years out.
Exactly. And then, at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I had grown old, and my powers were weak, so I decided I needed to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me.
But wait a second. You were able to manipulate that desk lamp.
Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects.
But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself?
Because I couldn't.
Huh?
From watching The Man in Red, I found out there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example.
What?
May not seem like much, but it's a very important power, especially if you're trying to chase somebody.
But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me?
Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before, on that night the first time around.
What? We met before?
Listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at that junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world path to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Is he just bouncing around? Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness, a twisting and swiveling desk lamp. It made my fur stand on end, I can tell you.
That was me? So I was shot in that night the first time around as well.
Well, that wouldn't change, because we didn't change anything from before Lynn was killed. I mean, we changed enough so that she wouldn't be killed, but the shots that Yomiel fired while controlling her were still the same. You'd lost your memory that time, too. You had just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me.
I did what?
I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you. That's what you said. And then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line.
I'm very sorry I didn't help you.
That's why I decided that this time, I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage.
Mutual advantage?
The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the Man in Red, to Yomiel.
What?
I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit.
A time limit?
That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. The Man in Red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have all been over.
Then you mean the thing about ceasing to exist?
Oh, that? Completely made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely.
Oh, boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way.
Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age. But then how did things change again? Because Missile was talking about, like, the first time you declined to help, but how did there come to be a second time? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them, so will I.
Missile.
I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Missile. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. Well, for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh?
Of course.
Because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Sissel. So the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to a new present. Let's see. Are we actually gonna see it? Or is it gonna be like, ah ha ha, you don't get to see it? Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. Oh, it's Lynn. Hehe, were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Oh, you have no idea. Yippee! It worked! But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again.
That's alright, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as detective, right?
Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home!
Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today.
Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too? Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad just gave it to me the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though.
Haha. How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn?
Oh. What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective.
It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day?
When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow.
Destiny, eh?
And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me.
Haha, that you will. That you will.
Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're that same little kitten.
That's right, the very one.
You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yep, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Sissel. Sissel. Seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. I think Sissel likes you, Lynn.
Oh, is that Alma? Alright, everyone, let's start the celebration.
Okay, Mom.
Now, she really takes after her mother, even in the wardrobe.
Oh.
I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too.
So we meet again, Sissel.
From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world. And I learned something. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somewhere, somehow, in some way. And now this is my new fate.
I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to curl up and watch the strange and beautiful patterns of their lives as they unfold, and it looks like I'll have plenty to watch here for quite a while.
Wow. Oh, and there's Cabanella and Missile. Happy birthday to our lovely Lynn.
Like I said, it isn't my birthday.
That hardly matters.
Hey, Missile, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort.
He's not a very good dog. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. Damn, does he really need to eat the spaghetti like that? Completely unnecessary. But I guess that's just Cabanela for you. Why is this guy dancing? There. How do you like that? Not bad, huh? But definitely not good. Maybe now I could be a great detective just like Inspector Cabanela. What kind of example is the inspector providing for his men? The dancing kind. He'd be a great dance instructor. Maybe that's what he was truly meant to do. He just set it up as an inspector instead somehow. Oh yeah, there's the waitress.
Here's your food, gentlemen.
Memory, what are you doing here?
I heard you were going to be picking new members for the Special Investigation Unit today.
Whoops, sorry, hit the microphone. So you took on a part-time job here again just so you could eavesdrop? Oh, you have no idea the lengths I go to reach my goals. You can still see her rollerblades under the door. That's kind of funny.
Damn, she's demolishing that chicken.
La la la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting.
Damn, she ate that fast.
Turmeric, coriander, cumin, and fenugreek curried chicken paradise, la la la.
Is this really necessary, this new curried chicken menu item?
Oh, but our very best customer requested it. Now, good luck with the taste testing.
Oh boy, I don't think I could eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway?
It's Sausage Head. Right, because Yomiel no longer manipulated them. So Sausage Head and the other guy are... they're not in jail. What are they doing now?
Are you sure we really need all these explosives?
Not to worry, Beauty, my dear. I followed the instructions exactly. 20 kilograms of gunpowder, just like it said. I don't think you want to be in this room when that explodes.
Wait a minute. 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams.
Well. That's not good. And now he's a rich man. This was something else. I enjoyed this game, you know, for even all the times I was very frustrated by some of the puzzles. It's been a good time.
So this is where you work, huh, Papa?
Oh, the family's still together. That's right, sweetheart. Darling husband, don't you have any ideas at all you could give me? You must have heard some juicy stories, the indiscretions of a minister, perhaps? No, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel? Here's to the stodgy mind of my darling husband. Oh. I love that the girl is so short you can only see her head. She can barely see over the desk. This has been an adventure. Hey, are they still in the submarine? This deal is going quite well. Oh, I must say, these grapes are quite good, my man. You know I was about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be forewarned, sir. Egad! And his head fell off. Keep it together, man! Are you trying to give me a case of the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now. So what what, was the deal? They were still doing some kind of deal. But Yomiel was, still alive, just got his legs crushed. Hey, it's the Rockstar. Love, peace, and pigeons. Long live rock and roll. Hey, it's the Professor. Or the Super... He's both. The Pigeon Man. What's the bird doing? Aw. Bird's listening to music. Yeah, and of course this guy. Stop the park from charging admission! Protect the rights of those who live here! Yeah, and this guy's still on his grind. Well, you know, he's nothing if not passionate, and you gotta respect that at least. I'm gonna miss this game. I know I just finished it, but I'm gonna miss it. Today's the day, you know. He's finally getting out. Yomiel? You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that. Now let me show you a new dance that's been passed down in our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomachache. We call it Dance Away the Pain. Why do you have a stomachache? Oh, I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week? You got it! And he just starts dancing faster. Smartphone promotion. Is this game on smartphone? I wouldn't know. I know this is a remake. I'd probably mention that at the very start. Now he is the prisoner in a smock painting something. 10 long years, Yomiel. Your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. What was he painting? Thank you, Sissel. Did he paint the cat? Oh, it didn't show you, but I'm guessing he painted the cat. Oh. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that's really cute. Kind of weird to see him all front-facing like that, especially Jowd. I've never seen front-facing Jowd before. That's nice. Also, why was Alma not in that picture? Unless she was and I just, like, completely missed her. Wow. That is something else. Sorry, I don't mean to be so quiet for so long. I'm trying to think of things to say. This... You know, I did get frustrated with the game a handful of times, because some of the puzzles were really annoying, and I couldn't, you know, I had to look up a couple solutions here and there. But overall, I mean, I really, really enjoyed the story. I really did. I liked the mystery that unfolded and, like, the hints that were dropped and accumulated along the way. That was really good. I really liked the story. So, overall, I really like this game, and I'm glad that I chose to pick it up and give it a playthrough. And, man, it feels weird that it's over now. Oh, there's a donut. Where's the donut going? Nowhere, I guess. Here comes a rat. Or a mouse. And Missel's getting all uppity. So Ray was Missel the whole time. We were a cat the entire time. In an interesting twist of fate, our name was Sissel. We had the right name the entire time, just not the right face. Not even the right species, in fact. We were not a Homo sapiens, we were a cat. What's the scientific name for a cat? I don't know. Man, this... I keep trying to find things to say. And I'm sure if I gave it some time, I could come up with, like, more thoughts on this game. I know it was a remake of something, like, the original game is... I don't know how old it is, but I think it was originally on the DS. I never played it back then. This is the first time I've ever played it. I never played the original. I saw just this remake on Steam at one point, and I was like, yeah, I've heard of that game. Seems pretty cool. I'll give it a shot. Oh, nice. New background. Reincarnation. Wow. And we're just right back at the menu. Memories. Is this just, okay. Illustrations, yeah, there's a bunch of those. That's pretty cool. That's a cool illustration, I like that, that's neat. Man, it is so weird to think that I'm done with this game now. Like, I've finished. I know there's, like, the challenges and whatnot, but I'm probably... Oh. Aww. That's Alma with baby Camilla. That's cute. I know there's challenges, but I'm probably not gonna... I don't see myself doing them. These look like concept art. Yeah, it looks like art for Yomiel. That's probably Lyn. Also Lyn? I guess they had multiple... It's like the guy in charge of the blue guys, and then the... Yeah, that's for Camilla. That's interesting. Oh my god, Missile used to look like that. Sissel is somewhat unchanged. I mean, obviously now he has yellow eyes. Still got like the red thing. Here it's a collar, but in the final version it was a bandana. I can only assume this was supposed to be Missile. So it's funny that it was changed that much. Man, that's cool. I like looking at concept art. It's interesting to see how things have changed. That's, yeah, this is very... That's a lot. Is it just... Looks like, just images of scenes or something. Yeah, there's the meteorite. Yeah, and there's some more stuff. Yeah, I know there's these challenges. Did 23 of 30. So I did do a lot of the challenges. But yeah, I'm not gonna finish all the challenges. I was just here to play through the main game. That was my only goal. Thank you so very much for joining me on this long journey. I've been playing, recording, and uploading this game for like a couple of months now, and though it is great to have it done and over with, I am going to miss it very, very much. I had a great time with this game. It was very fun. I loved the story, loved the characters, loved the mystery. I'm just rambling on at this point. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, because I know I did. This is a very nice game. And that's all for now. That's all for this. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.